What's up YouTube, it's Adam from I'm a Music Mogul. Today's video I'm going to show you how to kind of program your drums using a step sequencer type of feel, like those old school drum step sequencers. Now, most of the time I use my keyboard to bang on my drums, but if you gotta do some finicky drum work, you're going to want to use the piano roll here and kind of step input your drum notes. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and bring in a drum machine designer, because thankfully in Logic Pro 10.1 you can actually see the names of the samples in your piano roll. But there's a catch, only if you use the drum machine designer Ultrabeat. I wish it worked on your EXS24 custom kits. Anywho, I'm going to go ahead and just create a quick MIDI region right here, and we are going to double click that, and we're going to bring up our piano roll. So before we could kind of use this as a step sequencer, but we really didn't know what sounds was where on the keyboard. Other DAWs have it, unfortunately Logic does not. Until recently with this drum designer, you can actually go to view, drum names, and voila, you have all your drums here, and you can kind of step sequence your drums in. So if I go create, let's leave this at a 1-bar loop. Let's do standard 4 on the floor. Let's actually use the new tool, the brush tool. We'll brush in some notes. So I got my standard kick, and if I want to add a snare, if I want some hi-hats, maybe that's not the right hi-hat I want. Let's see this one. There we go. So as you can see, you could kind of use this as an old school step sequencer, and you can set how many bars you want by just dragging out your region. But for this tutorial, we're just gonna leave it at 1 bar. And you can see that from there, you can actually create cool kind of drum loops and cool drum editing. Let me just put a crash here for no apparent reason, but I don't even see a crash here actually. Here it is. And we'll just add some rides on the one. Sorry, I'm just having fun right now. Look at this one's getting annoying. Okay, in any event, let's say you need to do more intricate ideas to your hi-hat, because right now it's just a standard straight 16th note repeat. And this is where a cool feature that I always use when I'm doing really intricate drum programming. First thing that I do is change my transport bar to my custom one, and it kind of lets me see the resolution or division time that I'm at in my grid. So if I go from 16 to 32, you'll see that my grid changes. Look at these little squares here. I'm going to go back to 16. So that's how I can program in faster hi-hats or kind of minuscule hits that I want throughout my drum track. Now, to kind of customize your drum track, just right click on the gray area, go to customize control bar and display, and under your LCD, make sure you have signature and time division selected, so you get this guy right here, your division time, and that's your time signature. Okay, let me close that. Next thing we're going to do is, well, when you're in the studio, you always want to work faster and faster. So I found out that there was a shortcut where I can change this rate or resolution of my grid right here. So hit Option K on your keyboard, and you're going to want to type in this search bar right here, division. And it has this nifty feature that says set next higher division, which would take you from 16 to 24 to 32, or set next lower division, which would take you, if you're already selected on 16, go down to 12, 8, and 6, and 4, and you get the point. So now we're going to go ahead and program it in. Now what I like to use is program it on my actual keyboard. Now I have those big Apple numeric keyboards, so I always use F19 and 18 keys. It's kind of at the top right there, and it's easy for me to use. So set next higher division, I'm going to go learn by key position and hit F19. Done. Set next lower division, I'm going to hit F18. Done. Now we can unclick that, close this window. And now if I go to F19, you can see that the grid is changing to a higher resolution. And you can notice it up here as well, or division time. And if I'm hit down, as I'm doing right now, it's going down. Let me just go up again, and here's down, changing the grid, as you can see. So it makes editing good, and you're going to see why you need this in a second. So I'm going to go to 16th where we started at, which is right here. Let's say I want to add a little hi-hat pattern right here. I'm going to increase this to a 32nd division time. And I'm going to go ahead and select all my hi-hats, make the note smaller so I can actually see the grid. And I'm going to change my second tool to a pencil tool. And I'm just going to draw in some hi-hats right before beat 2 here happens. All right, so that's cool. So I added a little intricate hi-hat pattern right there. But let's say I want to get a faster hi-hat repeat that's happening right in that area. I go F19. I change this to 64th. Now I'm going to zoom in again. I'm going to change all of my MIDI notes to a 64th note length so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to add in one note here and one note here. So as you can see, I get this cool little hi-hat run there. Sort of like a hi-hat that Drake would put in his songs. And the cool thing about using the actual pencil tool is that it automatically draws the note that you're drawing in the length of the grid itself. Which is amazing because I don't know why Logic didn't implement this, but if I use the brush tool, it's going to be a unfortunate and upsetting 16th note kind of MIDI data region long. And I wish that it would adapt to your grid size, but it does not. So thus I continue to use my pencil tool. And you can go ahead and drag in notes like this. Ooh, and now as I said it, there we go. So that's how you could kind of use your MIDI piano roll editor as a step sequencer for your drums if you use the Drum Machine Designer, or you can kind of play around and use it with your EXS24 just as long as you know where each one of your samples is. And this feature right here is a huge kind of savior for me. Not only do I use it in drums, but I use it in my synth editing as well. So kind of go ahead and program that under your Option K menu, type in division and go set next higher division, set next lower division. So if you have any questions on this, you can ask me in the comment section below. Hopefully that tool helps you out in your future productions, programming drums, synths, whatever it may be. And I will see you all in the next video. If I haven't got to your question yet, I will. I have a long list of questions I got to answer, and I'm banging them out as fast as I can. Remember to subscribe for more good videos, and I'll see you all in the next video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace. Later.